Hey guys, Towels here with another Fire Druid video. I'm a little rusty on T3s, but I just want to make this as part 3 of my showcase. I'll show gear and drops, or gear swaps and stuff from my dungeon build after this. This has got 53 max life and 85% chance to pierce, so this is a tougher roll, but we'll see how it goes. Been running mostly dungeons lately, so my pathing's probably going to be a little rusty. This is take number 3, to be totally honest, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Running A3 Light Merc here for his static, as that gives a lot of instant DPS. I'm also running an Exile with his Innocence here, same as my dungeon build, because that those Decrepify procs are pretty nice to have too. Obviously it's less phys reduced, physical resistance reduced than a Headhunter's Glory with its amp procs, but I think it's still effective enough. But we'll see. 53 max life is a lot, so yeah, see how it goes. Typical times on easy map rolls are really close to 5 minutes on average, with some looting. Honestly, trading is so slow at this point that I do have not super interested in picking up like charms and jewels and stuff anymore. So the typical looting that I'm doing is going to be pretty minimal at this point. After the map, I'm gonna walk back through and just to show what the percentage clear looks like. Obviously, I want to give a valid example in this, so hopefully this goes well. I am picking up juves. Those dungeons do eat them up. Typically I'm able to stay at like a full page if I do 1 or 2 regular maps in between the dungeons. Not that I like alternate every time, but that would be about what I would say on average, I guess. Usually I start with an empty or mostly empty belt, so I can fill that up without having to take up space in my inventory, instead of that, to leave more room for the loot. I don't know if I need to go back there. Alright, so I think I've got the pathing down on this map layout. Hey, always nice to get drops in a recording. So this map does have Pierce, so I am using a couple of rejuves. I'll just show the belt as I'm going along, I guess. Lightsaber, Azure Wrath, I'm gonna ignore that. Rare Ring. Again, Grand Charms, just so hard to get anything good on those. Magic Jewels too. I do have a lot of fragments right now because I haven't been crafting all that much. Luck has just been poop on that this season, so not that I can really complain. Luck has been on my side for pretty much everything else, except for puzzle boxes. But drops, slams, high rune drops, not that. Oh, I thought he already died. Okay, now he's dead. He gave me a glad name. Happy with that. I do still run those T1s from time to time, so I will go back to pick up the Cistern soon. Rare Jewels, of course. This is not the smoothest clear so far, but you can see things are definitely melting. Let's see if I can get this in 1 VO. almost there. Alright, call that time. I think. Oh, no, missed a section. There we go. Missed a whole lot of section. Okay. Turns out I don't have this map layout down. That's right, there's this whole corner. Okay. I just went straight that way this time instead. Alright, that's pretty much it. Let's see how good the clear was on this. Again, 53% max life is definitely a lot. So, very possible that a lot of stragglers were left behind. You know, sub 7 minutes, call it 6.5, right? Something like that. Let's just run back through and just take a quick look. You know, alright, missed a pocket there. But this is I think it was 250% density, right? So I think about there are a lot of monsters to begin with. So your mobs really are like all over to begin with. So this is honestly pretty clean. This is, I don't know, 85, 90%, maybe higher of a clear. So, you know, the speed is there. The effectiveness of this is pretty crazy in my mind, especially for just the gear that I've got. Not really looking at like crazy corruptions with BIS slots and everything. The gear's good, don't get me wrong, but this investment into this character, I think, has, I don't know, you know, it's kind of hard to tell with this exactly, but like just the cost, total cost in high runes of my gear, I wouldn't put this up with some of those other like GG, like Poison Necro, or obviously like Elite Barb, maybe even Boazon. The costs on some of those builds are kind of astronomical. But if you've seen my dungeon build, you're going to recognize some of this gear. So I have 4 open socket Ming songs slammed with FCR. I have a 3 open socket Ravenlore, both with 5/5 fire facets. Got this nice crafted Ami. Honestly, the competition for this when I was buying it was very low, so I don't know what its actual worth would be at this point in the season, but early on, there was no one else bidding on this when I wanted to buy it, so got pretty lucky there, I guess. CBF Eth Steel Carapace. I bought this non-Eth for Gull, and honestly, I only slammed it as a vanity project because I wanted it to be Eth, and it looks cool this way. 30 FCR Mage Fists, Wisp Projector, just a lightning res slam. 19 FCR Arax, self-found and slammed. BK with the PDR is honestly optional on this. I run 2% plus 7% from Exile, so 9% total. But you can see with the summons, it's not really an issue. Back to the map roll. This even had 85% Pierce, so you know that's one of the toughest map mods out there, especially for summoners. But and then in this map, they've got those Quill Rats, which are basically the toughest endgame boss in PD2 or in D2 in general, and not an issue. I used I think 2 rejuves during this, and then just some random MF slammed Silkweaves. A little bit of MPK really goes a long way with this because you've got vines, but they're super inconsistent, and especially because as you're stomping through very quickly. They just don't have a whole lot of time to keep up. Charms wise, elemental lifers, faster hit recovery. Actually, I should probably replace that one because I don't need it necessarily. My res isn't even fully capped. I'm just too lazy as I swap back and forth with the dungeon gear. And then mostly res and some FHR charms. Tool skill Annie, self-slammed, and I told the story about this Druid torch that I bought day one as well in my previous video. So, checking the loot really quick. Why not? Classic brick. Low ED roll. Good roll here. Life after hit. Trash. Where's that? Oh. Low facet. Lame. Alright. Well, thanks for watching. Oh, I forgot the Merc. This is a Act 3 Lightning Merc. I run this guy for dungeons sometime as well. Actually, I forgot to replace this with the War Strikes for additional procs. So, a lot of folks might not be familiar with this, but Innocence Armor has the 12 Blade Shield when equipped, and so this guy uses a War Strikes typically for the level 40 Nova proc, which is kind of crazy because at that level he's got, this actually goes up to over 1400 sometimes, but yeah, you're looking at around 13k or 1.3k elemental mastery, which is just an absurd number. And so level 40 Nova with that level of mastery actually does help quite a bit. The main reason for him is also going to be the static shock. So he casts static that has a great range and just instant DPS when you telestomp onto mobs, which helps a lot because Volcano can take a second or two, as well as Armageddon can take a second or two to actually kill monsters. So one issue that this solves is just instead of mobs dying, 1 or 2 screens back, and then you see a drop on your loot filter and you have to go, teleport back, go find it. This helps keep a lot of the mobs dying like in your screen and maybe 1 screen back, which helps a lot with the looting time as well. So yeah, just a random Griffins here. This Exile that I rolled pretty nicely, 15 Defiance, which again gives 7 PDR. His defense is really good, so he really stays alive very well. Trangs, a cool rare belt that I showed in another video as well. And then Marrow Walks. Alright, I think that's it now. Thanks for watching. If you want to check out the other 2 videos, I'll link them all in the description below. Alright, peace.